and gentlemen, to the world's most watched professional wrestling news program. God, it feels good saying that, Frank.
News program.
I say it a lot.
And you look good with the red tie.
I know. Well, hey.
Very holiday.
Dameon Nelson here alongside the man they call.
No.
Dameon Nelson here alongside Frank Cosentino, the Cos, if you will.
If you will.
And this is your fantasy match of the week. It is PWR Daily for Tuesday, December 5th, 2006.
That's right. And
I was at the Billboard Music Awards last night.
In Lost Wages, Nevada?
Las Vegas, Nevada, the world's greatest city. It was good. Yeah,
I'm
Britney
surprised
Spears
you're
was there. I
back.
think she walked on stage. She did it.
When Paris Hilton?
Baby fell out. Just saying. He's a funny guy, that Dameon, isn't he? That's your pen. We're going to go ahead with the segment here. You have an email that chooses our fantasy match of this week.
That's right. This is from Rich. I've been a huge fan of PWR's show. I agree with most of your views and so on and so forth. Anyways, the fantasy match I would like to see would be an eight-man elimination tag match between EC Dubs, RVD, Sabu, Tommy Dreamer, and Sandman versus Teenage Raven, Rhino, Brother Ray, Brother Devon.
Oh, ECW.
With an Extreme Rules stipulation, it would be the True Faithful versus the Sellouts.
Whoa, well now.
Now that's
very
really
interesting match concept
really,
from Richard.
On paper,
which is where a lot of things are great.
it looks fantastic. Unfortunately, in my opinion, it's just too. You're waiting for everyone to do something absolutely crazy, and I don't know if that's going to overdo it with 8 people or 8 wrestlers in this case. They would have to keep moving like big time, because every 10 minutes you're hoping for something dramatic to happen that I'm sure you've seen so many times. It's all into one. I think it'd be fun to watch, but they would have to move this thing along to keep everyone's interest, because the spots that these guys would have to do that you would hope for, they take a while. So,
but a lot of power in that matchup. A lot of big names in that matchup, especially from ECW of old. And I like the concept of taking your current ECW transitionees, if you will, and putting them up against the ECW departees of TNA.
Sellouts.
That's I can't use that word. I just can't. It's like a swear word. But I think the match would be great. I mean, I think there would be a lot of, as Frank said, high spots. I think the expectations would be set pretty high. Maybe it's a match that would have made December to Dismember passable this past Sunday. But I think that there are a lot of opportunities in that match.
Definitely.
I think that the best days of all of those men in that match are beyond them, especially Raven and especially the Dudley Boys, because they have ballooned up to the size of a small Michelin man. Maybe they're like a Michelin spare tire, we'll call them.
And Rhino, he's got the opportunity for high spots, but he's a big guy. So
and
you're not going to be able
seemingly
to
deranged as of late.
That's true. But Rich, that is an awesome match. But like I said, it's got to move along, and it's got to keep your interest. And you never know.
Who wins, Frank? What team wins? Is this an elimination style match?
Well, Extreme Rules stipulation.
Okay, who wins? What team wins?
I would go
team
with
goes
the
over?
RVD, Sabu, Tommy Dreamer, and Sandman. That would be
Really?
who I think would pull the thing off with RVD, with either the Van Daminator or some kind of 5-star splash or something.
Maybe the Frog.
On Raven.
Get a nice bounce off of Raven.
He sure would.
Just saying. Thank you very much for that, Richard. You didn't even try the last name, did you?
No, I would murder.
Richard Vislaki. I'm good with names. For that email for the fantasy match. We actually had another inquiry as to last week's fantasy match, which, as you know, was Kane versus Abyss. But what if you took and threw the Undertaker into that mix?
Make it a 3-way?
3-way dance! 3-way dance! 3-way dance!
And maybe a few years ago, but the Undertaker just can't move anymore.
In their prime, Abyss, Kane, and Taker.
Yeah, I think it would work.
And the fake Undertaker. And the fake Kane.
I think it would work.
We need a fake Abyss. Round up 3. I'm sorry, Frank, go ahead. Remember, I try not to interrupt you so much anymore.
Not a problem. In their prime, I think it would work. If they do it next week, Undertaker just can't walk anymore. He tries and he saves his last stuff for WrestleMania, whatever gas.
No, I disagree. With a rumored rib injury, delivered a very great match a very good match on the Survivor Series pay-per-view, and nobody would have ever known. You could not tell he was holding anything back, because I don't think he was in that matchup. So Undertaker is a man who, no matter his condition, will bring it to the table. And I think smart enough to know that once that time comes where he can't do so anymore, he's done.
And who would you pick in that matchup?
I would pick the opposite team of Sandman, Raven, Rhino, Brother Ray, and Diva.
And if it was Abyss, Kane, and
Did I say Sandman? I meant Raven, Rhino, Brother Ray.
Abyss, Kane, and Undertaker.
Oh,
three-way.
That was good bringing it back. I got confused for a minute there. There's a shiny light up there. I would say...
head.
I would say... You
Stop
got
the
new glasses. When did that happen? You must be paying you too much here. It would be The Undertaker.
Yeah, you got to go with Undertaker also.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is PWR Daily for Tuesday, December 5, 2006. Dameon, Nelson, and Frank Costantino here signing off. Make sure you tune in tomorrow, PWR Daily, a very special edition of PWR Daily, as we review the voting so far for the Pro Wrestling Report honors to be coming to you as a special presentation on Friday, December 29th. For Frank Costantino, Dameon Nelson saying thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next time.